Whoa. It's this Lex. It's Astrostetics. Let's get it, baby. We got exclusive audio of the Joe Budden podcast speaking on Kehlani. Now, shout out to Imani, Ish, Ice, Joe Budden, Queens Flip, Melissa Ford, right? I think I mentioned Park's name, right? Now, look, Kehlani, I know Kehlani, there's been a few times where she's spoken about mental health advocacy and all of these things. I don't want to make it seem like we getting on her ass, but I mean, I do want to play what the Joe Budden podcast has to say about Kehlani. Make sure y'all peep this, America. Peep this.
See who opens up the Kehlani talk.
Mel.
You gonna say that's sexist? That's sexist. You guys think I'm supposed to speak for also the women?
All right, well, fuck it. Kehlani's bugged out. What did she do?
Her baby daddy wants full custody of their kid because he says that she's in a cult, and when she goes on tour, she leaves their kid with cult members and all kinds of fuck shit.
Can I go back?
Do you have proof about that?
There's a clip from a while ago of Kehlani saying that she wished there were no men on Earth.
What? All right, let me go.
When she said that let me know, all right, she's a little off. Then
She could have just been having a moment.
I'm trying to look it up.
Where her baby daddy
She said this
pissed
on
her
Instagram?
off.
She said it somewhere. I remember seeing it online where she made that comment. I don't know how much of a true statement it might have been for her, but she made the joke, right? And then she had a moment where she went from being bisexual to where she's now fully
Lesbian.
Oh, damn.
Then she.
What's
going on? We all right?
Is that before or after YG?
It's after
Them
YG.
niggas destroyed her life, huh?
That was after.
It's after YG.
I don't know.
She got a Lauryn Hill tattoo. Heist.
Why you?
A what?
Lauryn Hill face
What are you looking at her? You know what?
Then there's the other story, not just the baby daddy story. There's also the other story about her getting an annulment from the Parkwood executive. And
She married in April.
Yeah, that she married in April.
A woman.
Yeah, it was a woman. She got married to a Parkwood executive back in April. It was like a secret marriage. Not secret, but it wasn't publicized right away. She got married and
just had an annulment, and in the paperwork there's a bunch of. Let's be honest. I think a lot of this stuff, even while some of it could be true or whatever it is, a lot of this is starting to come out because I think maybe about a week or so ago, she did a tiny desk.
Okay.
And at her tiny desk, she made it very clear in her support of Palestine and free Palestine. And I think coincidentally, it seems like literally right after that moment, all of this stuff has been hitting the web. The baby daddy thing, him saying that she's a part of a cult.
I would say that there's like a correlation between the two.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Even with them trying to rehash her taking a picture with Chris Brown. It's like, now they're saying, okay, well, how can you show support to Chris Brown when you had Tory Lanez on the album and you took him off because of the Meg shit? It seems coincidentally a lot of stuff is happening to her directly after she said free Palestine.
I mean, it's possible. Like he just posted that picture, so it's not like it was an old picture they went and dug up and started digging. Yeah, that was like they bullied her into unfollling him.
Following Chris?
Yeah, she did that.
Crazy.
So it could be coincidental, but I mean, like, why you think they got to him and said, "Yo, post this picture," and then that's because whether she made those comments or not, Chris posted a picture with her is going to draw that type of criticism no matter what.
Yeah, but I think
Now, Kehlani, a talented artist, but Kehlani has also been attached to a few entertainers and people in the industry. And Kehlani, it's like she goes from partner to partner to partner to partner to situation. And she just said, you know what, man, F this. At one point, she was it looked like she was bi-curious. And then I'm looking at her Wikipedia page and I'm like, what the fuck? Why this keeps saying they and their? And then I remember, she doing the pronoun thing where she changed her pronoun or some shit like that. Imani, he mentioned that when she spoke out free Palestine, there's a very thin line between being a musician or artist and also politician matters and speaking on social matters to a degree. Now, of course, people enjoy seeing artists speak out on things. But when it comes to things like that, it's like, hey, Kehlani, can you tell us why can you speak on some of the things that's going on in the Middle East? And you know, it's like it comes off as like very woke, a lot of the things she does. Well, her baby father recently came out and said something about a sex cult, and I think he actually walked some of the statements back. But I remember Kehlani going on a very famous big publication, and she mentioned something about some type of spiritual thing that she was into. Now, there's nothing wrong being in whatever kind of spiritual thing you're into, being into whatever type of movement, but we got to understand that Kehlani has a large audience, and this is also an election year. When you look at other entertainers, like even other commentators, people in the podcasting world, other artists, people be mindful on how they speak about these things. Some of these things are geopolitical matters. Y'all know on the page, we do astronomy, astrology, entertainment over here, and every now and then, if something is juicy enough, we'll speak on it. All right, but a lot of anything that's not in our lane, we not going in that lane. Now, when it comes to what Kehlani is doing, you heard that Imani mentioned, it seemed like ever since she said that Free Palestine thing, they've been on her ass. It's also an election year. Once again, these people, they're looking at a lot of the things in the social narrative space. What's going on in the social narrative? What's going on in the area of how society is responding to things? And that's why I think I might have to agree with Imani on that. They could be on Kehlani ass. A lot of the woke stuff, they're kind of anti-American, right? And when I say like anti-American, a lot of people, they hate government, they hate structure, they actually don't like America. And when you look at even a lot of things like the conscious community, a lot of the fake pseudo spirituality movements, I've been telling people for years that when you say woke, it's not the pro positive changes in society, right? That type of woke, that's cool. Like when you want to see changes in the world, when you want to see progression in society, but then there's a part of the woke stuff that gets whacked out. I ain't hear Kehlani say something about no men on earth, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she said that. And that actually does sound outrageous. That is something that came through a gateway from a lot of the pseudo cult movements, which are, once again, they're anti-American, they're anti-growth, they're anti-life, and they're not really molded into a lot of American values. And they can also be a gateway to terrorism as well. You got people out there who may support stuff like that. You might not be a radical, you might not be extreme, but a lot of those things can support terroristic ideologies. I mean, a lot of things that are woke, they're just very terroristic. And I'm not talking nothing about politics. I'm talking about just when I converse with people, when I talk to people from the day to day, and like you hear what they're talking about, a lot of people got that woke thing twisted. They got wokeness completely mixed up, and even that has become corrupted, right? Now, I want to clarify this once again. When we say wokeness, we're not saying the positive progressive side. No, that is fine. That is okay to have a high self-esteem about your race and your ethnicity. Look, every other culture could do it. Every other culture could be prideful and happy about their race. Why can't black people do it? There's another side to wokeness that has nothing to do with that. It's anti-society, it's anti-men, and we need men and women for the universe, really. It's like, it's a bit unnatural. It's a bit weird. It's a bit nonsensical, illogical, irrational. It's causing a lot of weird situations to happen in society. And I think he did walk those statements back. Kehlani's baby father, I think he did walk some of those statements back. he said that some of them were filed wrong in the court, whatever. But at the same time, a lot of those things that it seems as if Kehlani could be into, it's like you got to be careful. Not saying that anything is wrong with people doing them, but you got to be careful out there, right? You don't know everyone's intention. You may know some people's intentions, but you may not know all people's intentions, and you just gotta be careful, right? So I don't want to speak too much about what Kehlani got going on in that sense, but definitely want Kehlani to be safe, want her to be okay, and if she's in good hands, then she's in good hands. All right, we're gonna see her career flourish, and that's just what it is. A lot of those things, I do believe that they are somewhat anti-American, and if you even say just like American values, things that make America a free society in a way, a lot of these things in the long run, they come off as a bit tyrannical, right? And America is like a republic, has a democratic process. A lot of those things are very anti-American in the long run. They're not really that good for society at large. All right, but I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Ain't trying to get too crazy on that side, but make sure y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. It's Astrostetics. Let's get it, baby. Yeah.